helmet on my head. Figure out what that zombie said. Lava all over the room. Got a half heart left, man, I am doomed. Don't have any iron bars. My pick just broke into some shards.
Beepa, seepa, beepa, beepa, deepita, beepa, deepa, deepa, zee. Beepa, boopy, boo. Beepa, beepa, deepa, doo. Beepa, deepa, seepa, soo. Beepa, doo, beepa, seep, beep, boop, boop, boo. Bow, bow. Beep, boop, bow, beep, boop, beepa, da, beep, shoo, soo. Damn. Fast Flooby noob. Floppy Soupy Dooby Doob. Floppy Doob. Floppy Soupy Cooby Doob. Lost Friday Bloob. Blooby 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 Bloob. Flooby
Welcome.
Flooby Floob. Lost Flooby
Okay.
noob.
That's plenty. It's enough flick. Welcome back to Machiniphobic. My name is Derelict Country. With me is Flick. Okay, what is it? Okay, no, you've cut across my intro. What is it?
I was saying, yeah, I was singing in Simish because she does Sim Machinima.
Oh, for fuck's.
Oh, nice.
Okay, yeah. Okay, and obviously that's Flick from A Flick's Life. Formerly Flick's Life. Now it's just Flick on YouTube.
No, it's Affleck Life.
Okay, we have a very special guest today, Angelique here from Vant Studios.
I am Angelique. I'm from the Netherlands, and I create a Machinima Sims 4 series on Vant Studios. It's all about the LGBTQIA plus community, and I tell real stories about real people in the Machinima.
Unless I'm mistaken, there's like a part of your content that is you solicit like anonymous testimonials or like stories from people, and then
Yep.
you adapt those. I really want to hear about how that came about.
Well, it started all with a conflict I have with someone, and when we spoke things out, he sort of blurred out in panic that he is afraid that he is bisexual, and of course that broke my heart because I am part of the community as well. I am pansexual and I'm not ashamed of it. It's just who I am. And I try to comfort him that it's okay. But if you are so afraid of yourself or what other people say, it doesn't matter how much comfort you give someone. He pulled himself away. He hit himself, and he didn't do very well mentally. And he was also a drug addict because of that. And it was pretty heavy. And I was always interested in Machinima in The Sims 4. And I decided to create my Machinima myself. And especially the topic LGBTQIA. And the first series, Scared to Be Me, is dedicated to that person.
Whoa. Well, yeah, there's drugs involved in that show. I
Yeah.
remember that. Is he Brandon or is he Steve?
He's both.
Oh.
Oh,
Yeah.
See.
Yeah. Brandon is the one who is the person who is hiding, and Steve is the part of him who wants to come out.
Oh, you listen. You split his story into two,
Yeah.
and it comes together.
Yeah.
that's really interesting because that kind of does connect back to the kind of content that me and Flick would consume with the machinimas that we have, where a Flick's series oneself is about these two main characters, really, you know, Booker and Dilo. One is pushing in one direction, one is pushing in the other. And we think about shows like Are Being a Chief, where it's like the whole show is like the dichotomy of the brain, where it's one side is going in one direction, one side the other. And you've talked about how Scared to Be Me is about this friend, but was there any part of making the series that helped you deal with any of your personal problems, or did you really want to make that content for other people and to help others?
Both of those things. In the first, my first instincts was to help other people, and I know that I already did. I had many comments in DMs by people who saying that they are really comforting by my stories. So that's something I'm really proud of. And well, during the series of Scared to Be Me, I discovered things about myself as well. It's about the gender topic, and that's the story. Who am I? That is my own story, and I'm still in what do you call it? In research, who I really am as a gender, because I cannot identify myself as a woman, but also not as a man. So I think I am non-binary, but I'm still in that process. So
Is it a process that's kind of going at the same rate as your art, where as you're kind of discovering your voice through your own identity, is that kind of in flux with your art, or is that two different paths?
no, it's two different parts. That's yeah.
That's interesting, though. You talked about Scared to Be Me and how I noticed on your channel that you had kind of rebooted it, and you'd mentioned stuff about the editing and stuff. I'm curious about why you rebooted it, because Flick as well has not rebooted his show, but I call them like patches or like, updates for his episodes, where he basically will revisit an episode and put it out a second time because he'll make adjustments. So I just wanted to hear about your motivation for rebooting Scared to Be Me.
Well, when I started making machinima, I didn't know what I was doing. I was completely new in this world, and yeah, I had my script ready, and a lot of the information I put in now, I couldn't put in the first attempt because, again, I didn't know what I was doing, and I was I was a real noob back then. After a year, I can say I'm a starting novice, and I'm. I also ask my audience if they want to see a remake of Scared to Be Me, and most of them they they wanted to see the remake, and they love it. So just like I do.
Oh, I know me and Derelict love it. I actually quite enjoyed it, and I know me and Derelict, especially Derelict, relate to it a lot. And so, why did you choose Sims 4 to be your machinima? Because
Because I played I played The Sims for years and years, and that's when I also started to get to know Machinima during Sims 4, and that's I kind of rolled into it and using Sims 4 for my Machinimas.
I see. So it just kind of happened.
Yeah.
So when you're doing an episode of Scared to Be Me, would you be able to walk us through just like how the process goes? Is it something where maybe the gameplay will guide where you go with it, or is it like do you have it like very carefully outlined before you start quote unquote rolling?
Yeah, I write the script, and I also during the script writing the script, I also pick out certain animations who are not made by me, but by many talented other creators. I always mention them in the description. Um, then I then I start recording, and most of the time I do multiple scenes in the same room with different clothing and different settings, and then it's just like making a movie. It's going random. It is no logical order in it, and by the end I edit everything and find the perfect music for the emotions, and yeah, that's the process in a nutshell.
Is there any kind of particular gear software that you use? Because one thing that's a big part of this podcast is trying to communicate to our audience how accessible this medium is. So, is there any kind of piece outside of having Sims 4? Is there any kind of piece of software, any piece of equipment that you use that maybe people might not be aware of?
Well, I use post players. That's to get the characters in position and select the animations from the creators. It's all if you are planning to I'm sorry. It's hard. It's not my native language, of course. But if people are interested making machinimas in the Sims themselves, it's very important that you have the Sims 4 Studios and the Andrews Post Player, because without them you can never use animations from people who are making the animations. You really need that. And I also use, like, I think everybody, OBS to record the screen. And I use an editing program, Movavi. I don't know if I pronounce it correctly. And of course, I use music out the YouTube library, the audio library, because copyright issues. So I use free music.
That's smart. Me and Derelict don't do that.
Yeah.
Sorry?
We,
Yeah.
me and Flick just steal all the music, and we absolutely shouldn't.
Oh, okay.
But you're doing it a lot. You're doing it a lot more smarter than us. So
Oh
Hey,
yeah. I want to get monetized.
yeah. In my defense, I composed some music for Civil Discord, Flick.
well,
Okay.
all my music's stolen. The first song that appears is Resident Evil 4, and then Game of Thrones appears in that same episode as well.
And it's so shameless. It's just such shameless use of it.
It's not shameless. I like the
Oh,
music.
no, but it's okay, Flick. You never mind. It's brilliant. You're right. You're a genius. So what I wanted to ask you, Angelique, was about you watching your old work, and particularly stuff like the original version of Scared to Be Me, because a lot of people will make a newer version of a video. Maybe there's a
Mhm.
joke or so that hasn't aged well, or maybe there was like something that they thought made them look amateur or something. Do you look at your old content, and how do you feel when you watch your old content?
I watch them many times because I want to improve my work, and I
Hmm.
rewatching my old series. It shows me what I can add more of the animations, emotions, some different lines they speak, and yeah. Uh,
Do you cringe, or do you get embarrassed when you watch your own stuff?
no, no, never be embarrassed by by what you do. It's a passion, so and share it.
It's an
Yeah, that's
incredibly
true.
mature answer, I think.
I cringe
Yeah.
at Derelict's old stuff.
Well, at least my stuff didn't get deleted, Flick.
But that's still well. That wasn't my fault. Well, again it was, but still, like seriously,
Okay,
Derelict.
that's nice.
Come on. But he bullies me in this podcast every single week, every single
Oh.
month. Like I know he feels sorry
Well,
for me.
did you just say did you say I bully you, Flick?
Yes.
Well, you never know, Flick. You might fall in love with a bully of your past.
Oh
Oh,
yeah, yeah,
and
yeah.
that could be a
That-
story idea for you, like a bully falling in love with his victim for your machinima and your gay love stories.
yes, yes. I
That
do
would,
have one.
oh wait, you already have one?
Yeah, yeah.
Oh,
In love with the bully of my past.
That was the joke.
oh, well, if you didn't, the link you sent me didn't. I just watched the
No,
playlist.
no.
So.
Okay. Look, listen. In fairness, what we did was, because there's so much of your content there, we try to find at least your most popular series or the series you're most proud of, and try to
Yeah.
marathon that stuff. So we both went through Scared to Be
Yes.
Me too.
Mm-hmm.
Although like I did look at some of In Love with Bully My Past and Secret Life because I wanted, because you said Scared to Be Me is about a friend. Would you be able to kind of tell us roughly what the story of Secret Life and Bully My Past might be about?
Uh, Secret Life is about a bisexual crossdresser and a gay person who is married with a woman. And the gay person married the woman because they um, they are friends since kindergarten. And later in life, he discovered that he uh, is gay, and his parents disowned him. And so his friend, the woman he's marrying later in life, um, her parents adopted him and raised him like their own child. And yeah, it's a pretty tragic story because her parents died in a car crash, and later, a year later, she was diagnosed with brain cancer. And that's when they decided to get married because that was her last wish, to get married. And yeah, so Jason, that is the gay person who married her.
Is
Just
that based on a true story?
that is based on a true story, indeed.
Wow.
Damn, that's
Yeah,
kind of sad.
Yeah, some
yeah,
people can't
it's
catch a break.
really sad. But on the other side is there's a lot of love between the bisexual crossdresser and the gay man. So there's a lot of love. So that's cool.
That brings me to my next question, which is, I guess, is kind of the elephant in the room, but with having such a following that you have and getting such, supportive, I can only imagine that at some point you've probably gotten some mean comments, or you probably had some people that weren't so
Oh,
supportive of what you're doing.
yeah, I have them.
And what's your kind of process for dealing with those then?
I just delete them. I don't give them any attention at all. I
Okay.
no, and I
Uh,
don't want my followers see that because I think most of my audience are scared themselves, and they have to deal with so much hate in real life, and I don't want that on my channel. I want my channel to be wholesome and a safe space for my audience.
I
So
did get that. I did get that impression, all right, when I was looking at the comments. There's a lot of wholesomeness, and it does seem like a very supportive space for people. So it's nice to
yeah,
see you have that kind of network set up. I even saw it in your about section saying you can come talk to me and all that kind of stuff. So
yeah,
it's nice to have uh, a section of the machinima community that's significantly more wholesome than what me and Flick are doing.
yeah.
Yeah, we have a lot of bullies. They've kind of ruined my show and they ruined my channel and yeah, I kind of ruined everything.
That
Yeah.
didn't ruin everything, Flick. Flick lost his YouTube channel recently,
Oh,
and he's been rebuilding it. But
okay.
in fairness to Flick, he was ahead of it because he had all of his content downloaded and he was able to re-upload all of it. So, in one
Yeah.
way, it's not all ruined because Flick, um, as strange as he may seem, does work really hard and he does make good
Yes.
content when he makes
And
content.
and I also me actually I also have LGBT characters in my show and I feel like having LGBT characters in my show has made people more accepting of them. So, do you how do you deal with that, uh, angel person? I forgot your name.
I mean, many people think gay people are very feminine, but that's not true. Not all gay people are feminine, and some are very masculine, maybe more masculine than cis men and straight men. and the same goes for lesbians or whatever. So yeah, I just create them as a character, and not on the um, how you call it, the stereotypes.
Right. That answer your question, Flick?
Yeah, that answers my question. Thanks.
Oh, okay.
It's interesting because both of you do feature LGBT characters prominently in your content, and it makes me feel bad because, in reference to my own, I don't feature characters like that, and it's not because I try to avoid them or shy around that
Mm.
topic, but I don't have. Well, I'm a cis straight person, so I don't have the lived experience.
Yeah, no, I understand, and that's totally fine. That's okay.
If I think I have had some gay characters or bi characters in my content, but it's as a way of saying they just happen to be gay or happen to be gay, like you would in real life. Flick's show kind of brings in people from every walk
Mhm.
of life into comic stuff, and no one's really excluded in Flick's show, which was something I like.
Yeah. Well, that's a
Oh,
one way to make machinima. I mean, I want it to be very unique, and I don't, I haven't found anybody who uh, make the same machinimas as myself. There are a few, but not as
as
not with
many.
real people and real stories.
You found a really good niche. You found a really cool like place to tap into, which is something that I can't help be envious of because I haven't managed to do that yet. Flick has managed to do it in a way, but it's very I find it difficult to find like like find a sweet spot where you can really reach people,
Yeah.
and with the likes of like or even we've had a bunch of other people on the channel or on the podcast as well who have done that as well. It's this is gonna sound really silly, but when I was watching your films, I was actually reminded of like the early silent films in cinema because there's no spoken dialogue; it's all with like subtitles and stuff, right?
Yeah.
Was there ever a point where you considered using voice actors, or did you want to just keep everything kind of with subtitles?
Uh, I am thinking of doing
Oh,
the voice acting. Sorry. Um, but that costs so much time, and I don't have time for that. Um, this is all I can offer my audience at the moment. But in the future, I plan to get voice acting as well.
oh, that's
Awesome.
pretty cool.
Yeah,
So if you want voice acting Angel stuff, maybe you should go over to our channel and subscribe, and maybe a role will open up for you guys
yeah,
soon.
And be patient because, they don't want to do it at this point in time, but maybe in the future. Listen, the channel's growing all the time.
yeah.
Plenty
So
of time.
that's true. And I don't have any rush for uh, doing it. I enjoy making the films, and as long as I have the time for this, it's fine by me, and people enjoy it. So that's the most important thing. And I don't think it.
What's your favorite scene in oneself? What?
Sorry, Flick was just asking what your favorite scene was in oneself. I don't know if you've seen it or not.
Yeah, I heard it. My favorite scene. Um,
There seems to be two flicks in here.
I only
I
hear one.
think my favorite scene has yet to become.
Ah.
Oh,
Yeah, the series is not done yet, so
what? What the?
no. It is a long series. And there
Derelict,
will
what?
be a
What the
season
hell?
2. Yeah, there will be a season 2 as well.
No. What?
But
What's going on?
And what are you talking about, Flick?
What the fuck? What are you doing, Derelict?
I'm not doing anything.
Are you pranking me?
No, Flick. I'm trying to have a podcast with our guest.
Is it-
Um,
have you wait? Have you actually watched oneself? Stop! Wait, you're both now. You're both bullying me. This is I've never had the
no,
guest bully me. Mm.
I'm not doing anything.
Exactly.
Yeah. Give me your lunch money, twerp. Sorry.
Oh.
Uh,
Come on. I'm getting bullied.
you're getting bullied on your own show.
Well, have you ever watched Derelict Country's content? Um, whatever your name is, Angel,
Angelique?
Angelique.
What kind of content? What?
Have you seen Derelict Country's content before?
No, not yet.
Oh
No.
well, you don't need to bother then. It's all
Oh,
good.
okay. Are you bullying him now?
Well, I'm trying. That was a funny one. That was a funny comment I made.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You
it
don't need
Already.
to
has. I hate your soundboard. Why do you bring the soundboard onto the podcast?
Sorry, Blake. It makes you tweak out every time.
Stop! It's no. This is the only podcast. Soundboards don't
No,
work on podcasts. Stop using it.
yes,
Like seriously.
Angelique likes it,
I like
and look,
some humor, so it's
and
for me. It's
Yeah.
okay.
hang on, our live studio likes it, don't you?
Yeah,
Oh wait. My dad's calling me. Hold on.
that's cool.
If he's not going to be back, I'll just ask you the next question because I wanted to ask about um who you might have been influenced by in your content. Like, who did you grow up watching on YouTube?
The one who inspired me to do machinima was Teddy Sims. She makes really good content by machinima, and she also uses Sims 4 and some other creators. So she is one of the people who inspired me to do the machinima. And the people who were inspiring me to do YouTube, the YouTube channel. Yeah, it's a whole different. Um, it's not Sims 4 or Machinima, but it was Jacksepticeye who inspired me, and Des Games who inspired me, and
Hey
uh,
guys, I'm back.
hi.
Our guest was just talking about their influences for their content.
Oh,
Yeah, you missed that.
John Graham's my
Well,
influence.
Blake, the
What?
guest is saying.
Oh, if you're asking me.
No, sorry. Go
Shall
ahead,
I
Angelique.
repeat myself or?
Uh, yeah, sure. Or I guess just the last sentence or two anyway.
Okay. Well, the ones who inspired me to do YouTube content were Jacksepticeye, Des Games, and all those, and also James Turner. Oh my God, I forgot James Turner. He does um, Sims 4 content,
Oh.
and yeah, who
Are you one
else?
of those people who kind of do you have like a list of dream collaborators you'd love to work with, or do you kind of just want to go off in your own direction? Or
Yeah, I think I go my own direction and see what's coming to on my path, just like this. And
Oh.
yeah,
would you ever want to branch off into different kind of content, or is Sims Machinima kind of where you're focused on at the moment?
this is what I'm focused at the moment. I don't know. For now, Machinima is good, and if there's an easier way to make videos quicker, then I will sure do that. But yeah, for now it's good for me. Yeah.
Would you ever consider using Day Machine in another game, or is it just going to be Sims 4?
Well, I have invested a lot of money in The Sims 4, so I'm gonna use it as much as I can.
Or do you need like the expansion packs and everything?
Yeah, I have a lot of
Oh,
expansion packs. Yeah, it's not mandatory, but to create a nice setting for the surroundings, yeah. Then I recommend some expansion packs as well. But there are also a lot of CC creators who make tons of beautiful, I don't know, furniture, wallpapers, floors, decorations, everything. So yeah, you can find a ton of stuff there, and it's free. Most of the stuff is free. But yeah, it is CC, so you don't know how it affects your gameplay.
Do people run mods in Sims at all?
Yeah, a
Oh,
lot.
okay.
Yeah,
You don't use any, do you?
yeah, I
Okay.
do.
Alright. I don't
Oh,
know anything about The Sims. Like the last time I played Sims, I think was the first one on PC in like 2003 or something.
Okay.
I,
Well,
I I played The Sims too.
okay. Yeah, in Sims 2 were mods as well, I think.
Oh, what mods do you use for your films?
MCCC. That is in The Sims. You can have a maximum of 8 people in your household, but if you use MC Command Center, you can add like 100 people in your household. So that's for big events is in the series. That's a big plus. And I use from Twisted Maxi. Um, I use that's he makes mods to um, make building a lot easier because The Sims is very restricted, and Twisted Maxi he makes tools to make um, building more accessible and more interesting. And of course, the Wicked Whims. Wicked Whims is an 18 plus
Oh,
mod, and I use it quite often in my series as well, but
Yeah,
in a very age restricted content. So
right.
yeah.
yeah,
We Derelict was rewatching a lot of those scenes, and
Yeah, that
yeah,
definitely Flick. I was marathoning those all right, yeah.
mm,
yeah.
Um,
You told me that, Flick. I
yeah,
saw
I
your
did.
comment. Yeah.
He was replaying that kissing scene over and over again. It's kind of weird, but
Oh, yeah,
yeah,
well,
but
I replied because after that that episode, it goes only wilder and wilder between Steve and Brendan. So I don't think he's ever gonna stop watching the series.
he definitely won't be.
it's funny you say that because obviously Angelique is using like the 18 plus mod, yet,
Hmm.
even though their clothes are off, I think Flick has had more racy content in oneself, and everyone is wearing power suits and armor in that show.
Well, yeah, yeah. There's actual penises that appear in that show, but it's not. It,
There is.
Well, I have also audience between 13 and 18 years old, so I want to uh, have some
fair enough. Fair
decent
enough.
Yeah,
content.
well, Flick had cast members that were fucking 15.
No,
I know.
that's,
But maybe that's because I'm an adult. I am 47 years old, so I don't scare about. I'm
you're
not scared
40.
about.
Wait, you're
Yeah,
47.
yeah.
Wow, you sound really young.
Oh, thanks. That's because my mind is so my yeah my spirit is so young.
That's fine. Flick has the brain of an 8-year-old, so it's not that big
Oh.
of a deal.
I'm. Uh,
Ah.
Anyway, one next question I wanted to ask was there any kind of learning curve, or was there one really big lesson that you learned in the process of, getting your creative voice and making, I'm not gonna say making your machinima, but kind of building yourself as a content creator on YouTube? What was the biggest thing you learned?
To be patient and don't be so hard on yourself to get the deadline, because if you have a steady audience, they don't
mhm.
care when you upload. They care about your well-being. They care about if you are doing fine, because in the end, if you're not feeling good yourself, you cannot create good content.
Yep.
And I think that is really important to take your time and don't rush things. I mean, I am late with episode 22. It's supposed to be uploaded last Sunday, but yeah, I don't have the time, and I communicate that with my audience, and most of them are totally fine with that. So
Yeah, you get a
yeah,
lot of use out of the community tab on your
yeah,
channel, which is exactly what it's there for.
yeah.
I think you have a good dialogue with your audience, and you said that you're working on episode 22. Do you know how many episodes you're planning to make for Scared to Be Me 2.0?
For the first season, I think um, 25, 26 episodes in total.
Ooh.
Yeah.
That can I ask where that number comes from?
Um, well, if I want to create good content, and take time for my content, I need I have to upload shorter videos because some videos are like 13 to 15 minutes, and yeah, that's cost me a lot of time I really don't have. And so if the number 25, 26 is based on the time I have
Sure.
available to
Fair
making
enough.
my uh, content.
Okay, this is gonna be really a begging question here, but if your channel continues to grow the way it is down the line,
Hmm.
would you ever hire people to, take help you kind of take some of the load off when you're making videos?
Yes, yes, I
Oh,
will. Yeah, especially for the editing.
definitely.
Yeah.
Because I have a really hard time trusting people with my content. Like I'm way too paranoid and I'm way too fussy about what I want. And there's people I've commissioned to work for stuff who are better at what I do than I do, and yet I still don't trust them to do what I do the way I do what I do.
Mm.
Flick knows what I mean.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
No,
It's
it's
always
really
fun.
hard trusting people. Indeed, I agree with that. But yeah, you also have uh, the end. Um, you can also before you upload it, you can check the video, right?
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
One thing that's nice about your content as well is that in the description, like you said before, you have all the details of everyone you work with, and you seem to not only have a good rapport with your audience, but also with the creators that you collaborate as well.
Mhm.
Is there something you keep in mind when you collaborate with content creators? Because me and Flick can tell you right off the bat, for at least for Halo Machinima, it can get pretty toxic and stuff, and there's a lot of gatekeeping on our side of the fence. So, what's your like trick to maintaining good relationships with content, or sorry, collaborators?
Uh, well, the content creators I support on Patreon. So that's the first. I contribute by their income, and also mention them for my video in the description. That's
Hmm.
something they really appreciate, and sometimes I go to Twitter, X. It's so stupid. But and I do a shout out to some creators who doesn't have a YouTube channel, like the ones who make the adult animations. Um, yeah, like that, and they appreciate what I'm doing for them. So I gave them a name, and so yeah, I don't have any toxic experience with people I work with yet.
Oh, we can't relate
Yeah.
to that.
Well, I mean, one thing that they mentioned, which was really good, is like social media presence is good, like shouting
Hmm.
people out on X or Twitter or whatever, because I guess the more places you have a presence in, the more audience you can reach as well. And
Yeah.
depending on what platform you're on as well, you're going to have different kinds of audiences as well. Like Flick recently enough made a TikTok. Flick is kind of reaching an audience that he wouldn't have hit otherwise. And I know YouTube
Oh.
has shorts and all that. You can pull decent views on, but I mean, Angelique, you do YouTube shorts as well, so it's not that different. But even if you're like, and was it Instagram has reels, so that short form stuff, it's just kind of, I don't like the idea of short form content, but it does kind of introduce you to a
Yeah,
whole new crowd of people.
my short form
Yeah.
content gets more views than my long form content these days.
Yeah, and the only reason I do short content is because indeed the views and hoping people to reach out my audience and hoping they subscribe to my channel and watch other content. That's the only reason I do shorts. But I only do shorts on YouTube and not on TikTok or Instagram or um, on Twitter or any other social media platform.
Right. Um, if I was to ask you what your favorite video or the video you're most proud of is on your channel, which one would it be?
Mm, that's a really good question.
Really good question, Derelict.
I don't have a drum roll sound effect. Shit.
No. My
Da-da-da-da-da-da.
video I am most proud of. I think the opening of Sketch to Be Me 2.0. That's also the one who appears on my channel because that is the start of the remake, and I was really proud that I added so much more detail in the story, and also added Steve's point of view in the series as well. Because in the first attempt, Steve, we didn't quite understand Steve, and now seeing Steve how he reacts on some issues, he can be very emotional. That means that he can be very aggressive with words. We haven't seen that yet, but it will come to that point. And in during the series, I explained a little bit about his past, and I will do a mini series after season 2 about Steve and his ex fiance Matthew. That's also based on a true story. So everything is going to be connected with each other.
Oh, you kind of have your own little cinematic universe.
Yes.
But
Yeah.
that's good though,
Yeah.
because usually when we kind of drift towards the end of the show, we kind of ask about what the future plans are, and I don't think less of anybody if they don't want to share those, because some people kind of want to keep their head down and just work on their stuff. But if you were able to tell us about what's coming down the line, I think the listeners to this would be very excited to hear about it.
I think so too. I do want to be a little bit mysterious about season 2. I did
Ooh.
do I did a poll a couple of weeks ago and asked my audience what they think is going to happen in season 2, and most of them said that Steve and Brennan will get married, and of course they get married. How can they not? So that will happen, and there will be a wedding, and also I also have a scene in mind about the proposal that will be very cute and very emotional as well. And but um, the main topic of the second season, I keep it for myself yet still. This is what I experienced myself with very good friends of mine, and it's also a warning to people who are in the same position, and it has nothing to do if you're gay or a lesbian couple. It can also happen with straight people. So it's a lesson I want to give people in that situation.
Well, that's good. I'm looking forward to the wedding. Let's hope no Orby and
Okay, Flick.
Sorry.
He was referencing like a Halo Machinima series where people were doing like a wedding in Halo and the wedding
Yeah.
gets crashed.
That's what the-
Because that was because Angelique might not know this. There was a period in time where people would do legit weddings on Halo, like, and people would be holding guns and stuff, and
No.
like with Sims, it's like a reality game or like a simulation, whatever game, where it's like it's about interactions with people. There's no part of the Sims that requires you to shoot people, whereas Halo is all about shooting people. So you're
Okay,
asking,
well, there is a mod that you can shoot people,
right?
but I will not use that.
Yeah, I
No.
think
yes,
what Flick is really asking is that he wants an invite to the wedding.
Oh,
yeah.
you can have an invite to the wedding. I will inform you. I will invite you personally.
Oh,
Yeah.
I can't wait.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's going to be very sweet. Also, the proposal will be out of this world. So
Me and Derelict will get front row seats to this wedding because it's going to be very cute.
yeah,
yeah.
but Flick, you have to wear the muzzle this time.
Okay, okay. Well,
Are you that
I don't
bad?
like the muzzle. Yeah, I'm a bad boy.
There's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, Flick is the guy who gets an inch and takes a mile. We went out night clubbing last weekend and he fucking bit somebody, and we just Flick,
Yeah.
you got to take it easy, okay? You got to take your
What?
tablet.
You didn't give me my tablet.
Yeah, it's true. It's a
It's
we
your
don't
Okay.
want.
fault. You're supposed to look after me. You're supposed to give me my medicine in time.
Yeah,
You
but
know I'm
listen,
forgetful.
yeah, that's sorry. I'm sorry about that. I guess before we close out, is there any kind of messages or is there anything you feel like we didn't cover?
No, I think we covered everything.
Great.
Yeah.
So you're currently what you're working on is Scared to Be Me episode or chapter 22. Is that it?
Yeah. I just finished the script, so starting recording.
Flickster, what are you working on?
Well, I actually have a new Let's Play series that's called Cat Flick that I'm playing Bugs Bunny and Taz co-op with Cat Girl, a transgender OnlyFans YouTuber. She plays as Taz and I play as Bugs Bunny, and the second episode's out right now, and the third one will probably be out by the time this podcast releases. So go and check that out.
Yeah, I
Uh,
definitely have to check both of your content.
Well, just check mine if you want.
Okay.
And both of them.
Okay.
Yay!
So, Chewy's last seen online is now out, working on Triple Bowl and Guide to Machinima. Next Chewy's is probably next year. This was Machiniphobic, episode 8. It was episode 8 with Vant Studios. Flick, exit song, go.
Okay. No,
Okay, sorry. Okay, no
don't
more sound.
mind that.
Okay,
Wait, hold on. Let me get. Oh shit! You just threw this on. Just threw this on me. Okay.
Flick, we've done this for every episode.
What?
We've done this for every episode.
We haven't. Okay. Like, you've put me in a tough spot. Like seriously, it's not popping up.
I'll give you a beat.
It's, this has been fun. Me and what's your name again?
Angelique.
Angelique. We have talked about your show called Scared to Be Me. This is Flick. This is Derelict. This is Angelique, and this is episode 8. Bye, guys.
That was beautiful.